Hello, this is Carolyn from mylittlebitoflife.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 3-2-1 box. These boxes are very cute and can be used for multiple things. Or you can fill them up with candy and give them as little treats, make little treat baskets. They also are really good for little hand sanitizers and little lotions. You can make these boxes pretty much whatever size you want. I've never made them really bigger than a half sheet of paper, but if you want to try it, you can. Pretty much you just keep the proportions as equal as you can. So we will get started. What you will need for this project is some paper, some adhesive, stamps, ink, ribbon. If you don't want to use a stamp pad or ink, you can use markers. Also need a rectangle punch, scissors, and then optional items are tag punches and a coordinating color. So we will get started. First I will take my plain paper and I am going to cut it to be 6 inches. Now I am going to take my paper and I am going to use my stamp and I'm going to stamp with it. So I want my hearts to all be different colors or different shades of the same color. So I am going to use markers. And I am simply just coloring just like I would in a coloring book. And I'm just going to stamp it. And I do want mine to be different hues, so I'm just going to keep stamping it, make it look a little bit different. I want to switch up the colors, I can. I'm not really going to be too concerned with it because they're all around about the same colors. So. Might even do some upside down. And I'm just going to do one more set. As you can tell, I'm not coloring pretty. Doesn't matter on the stamp. So there we go. Now what you will need is you will need a scoring blade, and this does not actually cut the paper as long as you don't press too hard. Just scores it, makes it easier to fold. So I need to score it down at the bottom. I'm going to do this at 4 inches. I'm not going to push too hard because I don't want to cut it. And then I will flip it and I will do one at every 2 inches. So this is 8.5 inches long, so the first one will be at 6.5. 4.5. And 2.5. And then a half. And you fold on all the scored lines. I'm going to take my scissors and cut out this tiny little rectangle right here. Then I just need to cut up to the very first line that we scored. Make sure you go all the way up to that line. Now I'm going to put the adhesive on so that we can stick it. And I like to do this as I go along. Some people like to just put the adhesive on all at once, but I like to do it one at a time. And I seem to always never put them together the same way. That's okay, because they all turn out just fine. Now it is up to you. This flap you can either put on the outside or on the inside. I have found that the box usually stays together a little bit better if you put it on the outside. However, I think it looks much prettier if you put it on the inside. So that's what I'll do right now. So then you have the makings of your box, and you just simply find which side you want to be the front. I like this side the best. So I'm just going to push in the sides and push it together. Going to take my rectangle punch, and this is the hardest because you are going through quite a few layers of cardstock. You could also do this with pattern paper, and then you wouldn't need stamps and ink or anything like that. There's my box. I'm going to put my little treat in there. And then I am going to put my ribbon in. I'm going to start from the front, put it through, and then I turn it over and I pull one side really, really, really tight to make room to go back through. And then you just simply pull that back out. There you go. Now I am going to make a tag to go with it. Got my stamp. Just have this on scratch paper. Take my small punch. And I didn't make the paper quite big enough. I just used a scratch piece of paper. If you don't like how came out. If you wanted to straighten it out, you could. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Get my big punch. Tie it into a knot. And there you have your cute 3-2-1 box.